Welcome back to TikTok Rack Reactions. It's me, yours truly, the Susan Sontag of sloppy fun bags, Dalton Pruitt. Good lord, I get a load of these bitty bitty bum bombs right here. I got tagged in one of this lady's videos a lot over on X, formerly Twitter. One of these accounts that just like repost stuff with a dumb caption. It was like one of these accounts that reposted a video of her like working with a mortar and pestle, and the caption just said, she know how to do the mortar and pestle or something like that. And I got tagged in this video a bunch, and I'll get to the rack here in a minute, but I just want to harp on this for a second, because I really, I do want to cover these, but the person who reposted it, like, cut out all of her information. This lovely lady's name is Alejandra Quiros. And she's an influencer. She does a lot of cooking stuff, a lot of jiggling and bouncing and clapping. And, she's lovely. And this person on X, formerly Twitter, just reposted her content without any of her information, with some uninspired, vaguely, aroused caption to elicit, this feeling of like, right, fellas? But, like, there's nothing to it. And it's frustrating because, like, these are the biggest accounts online now. It's like, remember a few years ago, that guy, the Fat Jewish? He had built this huge following on social media and was making money, and he got a book deal. And like, the big controversy was that all he was doing was taking other people's stuff, their content, cropping their information out of it, and then reposting it for himself. And for a while, that was like, the meme itself was anybody who did anything sort of hacky or aped on someone else's stuff, they got, oh, you're doing a Fat Jewish, aren't you? Well, now that's just everybody on the goddamn internet. It's like so many of these accounts that exist now, the biggest accounts I see on X, formerly Twitter, just repost videos that already exist with like they actually subtract from it. They take away the information that pertains to the video, and then they just add their dumb caption to it, and then it gets like 2 million views and 40,000 likes, and then presumably they like Elon pays them for it or whatever. But it's just so frustrating, because it's like, look at what I'm doing. Look at what I do. Okay, I'm creating something. I've granted it's I'm reacting to that which already exists, but in doing so, I'm creating something new. It's criticism. The way I do it and the way many of our greatest critics have done it is its own art form. And so I'm doing something new. So I hate the fact that what I do gets conflated with what these accounts do. Because no, my friend. What I'm doing is well thought out. It's researched. There's work to be done. So I want to thank Justin Wang for finding this lovely lady's information and sharing it with me, so that I could do the work, so that I could do the research and get a peek at what them things is actually doing. Because these are an excellent set of Latina lactators, a couple of grande tetonas con leches, but they are heavy fakers. I got to tell you, folks, these are big Latina fakers, big Latina fake milkers, a couple of Nestle Nido Fortificadas, if you will. But that don't bother me none, because I love a couple of mestizo memories. Mestizo being the blending of the indigenous peoples of Mexico and further down south with the European settlers. And there's a lot of talk about colonization these days, whether it's bad or good or whatever it may be. And I gotta say that from what I've seen, having grown up in Texas and looking at a dos chichis such as this, the mixing, grinding up the molcajete in the bowl like that definitely created some sort of new inspired dish. You know what I mean? Like, we're looking at, because I think were it not for the Spanish, the women of that region would all still look like apocalyptos. But the Spanish came in with their plump Nordic genetics and it's this sort of racial alchemy that happened that created what we now know as busty Latinas, and that's what we're looking at here with Miss Kieros. Is just an excellent set of modelos. Crack the top off of these, peel the gold foil off of these modelos, and kick back, listen to some Morrissey, as the Hispanics do for some reason. And what a fun top, looks like a graphing paper. Takes which is what any day laborer would use on the job as they're graphing out the work to be done for that day's, to receive that day's pay. You got to use one of them weird rectangle pencils from the Home Depot to draw on these. Anyway, this has been a long one, so let's go ahead and wrap this one up. 10 out of 10 wood motorboat.